afternoon. First of the month, so a giveaway is in order, and an update, etc, etc, etc. Why? Haven't done a lot. I gotta be honest, I haven't done very much at all on the bench. Simply because I've done my backing. Don't ask me what I've done, I have no idea what I've done. But I've done my back a naughty. I have a huge pain in my back. Been like this since Wednesday. 1 minute my back was behaving itself and the next minute bang. Just bang. If I'd have lifted something heavy or twisted myself awkwardly, I would say, oh, I serves you right, Karen. But I've done none of that. I've done none of that. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. Pain in my back. So don't ask me what it is. I have no idea. The pain runs into my legs, actually. If you was to push me on it for an answer, I'd probably say I'd done something to a disc. But I hope not. But if this continues, I'll give it the weekend. If this continues into next week, I'll have to go and consult a physician. Not good. Not good. But anyway, I've not done a lot, but I have done, is completed our twelve-man squad of British Airborne. They're totally finished. It's not a very good view. I'll put them, what I'll do in a minute is I'll put them on the turntable and you get a better look at them on the turntable. Shoot that seagull. For vintage Airfix, they've turned out very well indeed. Turned out very well. One or two of them, I have to say, the hands are lacking a little bit, but you've got to bear in mind the age of these figures. They're not Alpine miniatures or kit figures or whatever. They are what they are. They are what they are. My favourite figure, my wireless operator. If this guy from Market Garden going into Arnhem, I hope he has the right crystals in his radio. And I don't know if you can see it there, you can just see it there. I put a stripe on his arm, so I made him a Lance Corporal. A bit dark on the picture. You'll see them on the turntable in a minute. And of course our command figure. Gave him a medal, a DSO. And guy with the brain gun. The sponge on the helmet's worked out very well. Gives it a bit more realism, which is nice. So very pleased, Very pleased indeed. So that's our first dozen done. I have done a little bit of work on the strong point. Oh, just whilst it crosses my head. Those figures are listed as 132 scale. You're all going now, this is on about scale again. I know I go on about it a lot, scale. But these are listed as 132 figures. I'm now of the opinion they're not. They're 135. They're not 132. If you want 132 figures, you want to get some of the Matchbox figures because they're bigger again. They probably are 132 scale. These are not. These are 135. And I'll tell you why. Despite what it says on the box, if you get them in a box, it says 132. I'll tell you for why. Here's a kit figure. I don't know which kid he is. Tamaya, perhaps? I don't know. But he's a kit figure. And I've got a whole load of these unwanted kit figures here, made up, badly painted. I've got a whole load of them from various people. Now look. I think that's about level. There you have it. There you have it. Nobody is going to tell me that's 132. That's 135. See, here's a jab here, look. And I've got untold amounts of these kit figures that are put together by different people and badly painted and whatever. And it doesn't matter which one you pick. You compare them to these British Airborne. They're the same. Nobody's going to tell me they're 132. They're 135, which suits me fine. Suits me fine. But anyway, getting on to our strong point. Getting on to our strong point. It is a mass of mold lines and injector pin marks. They're just all over the place, riddled with it. I think I have done with it is I've glued the chimney onto the end of the house. I was thinking about spray priming it and what colours I was going to use, etc, etc, etc. I mean, the worst mould lines and injector pin marks are on this piece of roof. They were just everywhere. As you see here, look, you can see where I've been sanding to get rid of the injector pin marks. One thing we're not going to use from this kit is the sandbags. So you turn them around. So we'll dispense with these. But one thing I was thinking about was colours I was going to use and spray priming it and all that. And so thinking how I was going to go about it. And there's me, sanding to try and get rid of those injector pin marks, etc, etc. And it suddenly hit me. You're going about this the wrong way, Karen. You're totally going about this the wrong way. You've no need to do any of that. Painting, priming, sanding up, injector pin mark, you don't need to do any of that. Well, you will have to on the roof. But the walls, you've no need to do any of that, and I'll tell you for why. I bought this ages ago in preparation for doing jobs like this. Embossed stone paper. Yeah, you feel the embossing on it. Sort of wall we would call in Cornwall, we would call that cob wall. So I'll cover it in that. I'll just cover it in that. Job done. Saves painting all the different stones and all the rest of it. Just do it in that paper. I can only seem to get that paper from Greece. I have to send to a company in Greece and they'll send it me. It takes a couple of weeks to get here. That's 135 scale. So why nobody else seems to do it, I don't know. Well, they might do by now, but when I looked, that was the only place I could seem to get that, was in Greece. So I've got well enough here to cover that strong point. That should look very good. So that's what we'll do. After that, we'll do another batch of these British Airborne. We'll do another batch of Airfix, and we'll chuck in our master box figures as well. So we'll have another command figure and a civilian, our first civilian. So I've got other boxes of civilians here, but that'll be our first civilian. So to replace the sandbags on that building, we have 2 or 3 boxes of them, which we'll use. And also we have some of them. And I thought what we'd also possibly chuck in as well somewhere is something from that, perhaps. And 1 or 2 of our pigeons on the roof, perhaps, just for a little added realism. And I accidentally pulled out of the stash pile for no reason, by accident, but it'll come into this project at some point, and that is British Airborne on push bikes. So they'll look good when they're done. And the next batch we do, British Airborne, as we said, we'd soup them up. I've got, in my spares box, I've got rifles, backpack, shovels, so plenty on the workbench to do. So our giveaway for this month, as I said earlier, is we're off to the Dark Ages. So we have this sprue of Dark Age Irish. They've not been out long, apparently, Dark Age Irish. I've got a box here. Gripping Beast, Dark Age Irish. Very nice figures, nice choice of weapons, everything from Dane axes to spears to swords to yeah, spears, swords, Dainexes. What else did I see? Or was it the other sprue. The other sprue, these are just Dark Age warriors. But they've got spears, swords, axes, slingshots, and also there's a horn, if you want a horn player. So they go well together. So that's 10 Gripping Beast Dark Age figures. All you gotta do is in the comment below just put Dark Ages. And what's today? Friday. We'll do the draw. We'll give you all weekend and best part of Monday, and we'll do the draw Monday evening for 10 Gripping Beast Dark Age figures. So I'm going to put these British Airborne on the get them on the turntable so you can have a proper look at them. Really nice. If you're into 135, World War II 135, and you're building up a army, you want an inexpensive way of building up an army in 135, get the Airfix figures. They're still relatively inexpensive on eBay. You can buy them by the job lot. You give them a nice paint job. And they are well worth the effort. They are well worth the effort. For vintage figures, they're really very nice. These figures, I gotta say, these figures, they're gonna have to see action, these figures. I'm gonna have to play some kind of game with these figures. They're too good just to put in a tray or in a cabinet or something. These figures need to see action because they're spot on. So I'll see you Monday evening for the draw for 10 Gripping Beast figures. Thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks to everybody for subscribing and all your comments, and thanks to everybody that enters the giveaway. You know, it's a bit of fun. That's why we're here, right? Because it's fun. Be careful. It's still a mad world. See you Monday.